Okay guys, so back when I first started on Amazon, I used to look on YouTube all the time for these instructional videos, like how to get started. And as a beginner, you don't really understand anything about Amazon FBA. You know kind of what it is, people that sell on Amazon. You hear about a lot of people that do really well with it, but you don't fully understand exactly what they're talking about. Like, what does it take to be approved to sell on Amazon? What does it take to actually put a product listing up? What is PPC advertising? Just like the very basics of what Amazon FBA is. I used to watch these beginner master classes, and I thought that they were really helpful for me. So I thought that I would do an updated one for 2024. I recorded this a little while ago. I wasn't sure if I was ever going to post it, but now in 2024, as I'm starting to get some questions from some people asking how to get started, I thought this would just be kind of like a good base level intro to anybody who's looking into getting into Amazon FBA. To just kind of give you the groundworks of what it really is, what it really takes to get started, and to just see if this is a business that you are interested in at all. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you want me to do any more of these instructional videos of any deeper dives into any certain topics, please leave a comment down below for that. Thank you so much. Let's get into the video. So some of the things that we're going to be talking about in this quick overview are, first, how to set up your Seller Central account. Second thing, we'll be going over how to add your product. Third will be how to create an attractive listing. And the fourth will be understanding PPC and advertising on Amazon. So let's get right into it. In setting up your Amazon account, let's go ahead and jump into my screen and we can walk through on how to do this. Okay, so as you can see, here we are at sellercentral.amazon.com. This is where you will go to sign up to become an Amazon seller or to be able to be approved to sell on Amazon. If you look here, we can click here to sign up. This is going to be $39.99 a month plus selling fees. We can get a little bit more into what that means here in a second, but you're going to go ahead and click sign up. From here, you're actually going to want to create a new account if you don't have one already made for your brand. This is important because you don't want to be using your own personal Amazon account that you use to buy things for yourself or your family. This is strictly for your business. So go ahead and set up an account for your business. Now, since I already have my business set up through Amazon, it's not going to let me create another business account live for you, but I can walk you through the steps. So here are some of the things you're going to need. You're going to need your legal business name, your address, and any contact information, an email address that's going to be used for this company specifically. You're going to need a credit card that's able to be charged internationally. This is going to be for all of your billing through Amazon. You're going to need a valid phone number where you can be reached during the registration process. This is very important. And then of course, you'll need your tax identity information for yourself and your business. Once you've provided all this information, in my experience through the registration process with Amazon, you will be reached out to and given a brief interview just to legitimize yourself as a seller on Amazon. And then once that's taken care of, you are officially registered to sell on Amazon. Now, just a quick reference to that $39.99 that it showed when registering for Amazon. That is a seller's fee that is going to come out monthly on the credit card that you set up for billing, or it can come out of your account balance from profits that you've made through Amazon. Now let's just take a quick look at the dashboard, or what you will see once you actually get signed up for your Amazon Seller Central account, and kind of what the dashboard looks like. So here we are back in the screen. This is the main dashboard setup right here. This has since updated over the past couple months. So instead of having all your tabs up here, you can kind of select which ones you would like to bookmark. So what you'll do is, over on this left side, you can click this little 3-bar menu, and over here are all the options and tabs that you need to get any information from your Seller Central account. So the catalog here is where you will add your products and can do any management of your catalog. Here's the inventory. You can kind of manage all of the inventory that you have live on Amazon right now, as well as kind of monitor things that are incoming and be able to edit any listings from this point as well. And just going down, you can see pricing. You can manage the pricing on products, the orders, advertising. This is where you will see your PPC and any campaigns that you have running. Manage the stores that you have, growth for your store, any reports that you may need to run to gain further insight on your business. The performance menu will show any issues with your account that Amazon has, anything red flagged or anything like that, or if there's any feedback from customers that you may need to address, you can see that here. Partner network, B2B brands, and learn more. I can add any one of these to this quick menu that I want right here, but for the main purpose of my account, all I'm really worried about is managing my inventory and my campaign manager as far as quick links. Anything else, I don't mind going into the 3-bar menu. Up here, you can see a quick snapshot of what today's sales are, how many marketplaces you're selling in, any open orders you have, messages from buyers, buy box wins, the total balance that you have in your account will be right here, and your global promotional sales. This right here is this account balance that I'm talking about. So if there's anything sitting in my balance, this is what pays for my Seller Central fee. This is also what I can expect to come as far as payment from Amazon. But that's all for this section as far as setting up your Seller Central account and kind of what the dashboard looks like. In the next portion of this video, we're going to kind of go over some of the deeper aspects of actually adding a product and how you go about doing that. Okay, so now we're actually going to walk through and look at what it takes to actually set up your product and get it listed on Amazon. So jumping back into the Seller Central account, here we are in the main menu. What I can do is go to Manage All Inventory. From here, I can see the list of inventory that I have, the products that I have listed. What we're gonna do is go up here to Add a Product, right here. From this point, you're going to add a product that is not sold on Amazon. And this is where you're going to select the category that it applies to. For the purpose of this training, we're just gonna say that we're trying to add an acoustic guitar. So we can either go right here and actually search for the product itself or the product category itself. And then right here, you can see there's a lot of different product types. So guitars, acoustic guitars, beginner kits, steel string acoustics, banner kits, nylon string guitars, electric guitars, solid body, all these kinds of things. If we weren't going to do it through the search, we could go here and select a category. We'll go ahead and select musical instruments. Select guitars. Ours is an acoustic guitar. And then it's not necessarily a beginner kit. It's not a resonator. Let's just go ahead and add ours to the steel string acoustics. So we'll click here, selected. And what it's going to do is take us to the product identity page where we will add the item name. So we're just going to call this the Evo acoustic guitar. Brand name is Evo. The external product ID. So what this is you're going to select what you have here. This is either going to be the ASIN, the EAN, the GTIN, the MIN-SAN number, or the UPC number. Typically, you'll know what this is for your product if you have your product's UPC code or just the GTIN number. That's what you'll use to add it here. So let's just go ahead and say that you have your product's UPC number. We're gonna go ahead and just add random number here. Once we've hit continue, we can go ahead and see up here, we need vital info, the offer, product details, any variations we may have, safety and compliance, images, and shipping. So from the vital info, we can go ahead and add the product description. In this portion of the product description, you're going to want to utilize keywords and anything that you have to be able to help your product to be searchable on Amazon. We're going to go over keywords here in a little bit, but just keep in mind that this is where you're going to lay down the framework for a bunch of the keywords that you do have for your product. Just to show an example of what this looks like on an actual listing, we can go over here and look. We have the title of the product right here. We've got the main image or the hero image right here, along with all the other images for the product. Down, if you scroll down here, this is just some of the other info that you'll see in that product setup that it'll have us input. We've got the about this item or the bullet points listed right here. And then if you scroll down a little bit further on the page, this brand has the opportunity to do A+ content, which is what you'll see right here. They are allowed this because they are brand registered, which we will also talk a little bit more about. Scrolling past the A+ content, you can see their product description is right here. This is where they can throw in any specifics about the product. You know your product best, you know your customers best, so you know exactly what types of questions your customers may have about your product. This is where those questions get answered. This is where you give any types of dimensions or specifics about the product that your customer may need to know, as well as lacing it with keywords, like I said, that we will talk about. And then just as far as some more product information goes, that will all end up down here. Again, when we go back over to our product info page, this is where we will have the product description, any bullet points you want to add, the item type, the model number, manufacturer. If we go over to the offer, this is where you can talk about how many you have in stock, the price that you're selling this at, the condition type, and how you want it to be fulfilled. This part here is very important because this is the difference between FBM and FBA. If your product is fulfilled by Amazon or FBA, that means that you have inventory shipped to the Amazon warehouse where they will do all the fulfillment, all the customer service and shipping and everything like that. You do pay a small fee for that, and Amazon will let you know once your product listing is created what the fee for that will be, but you can typically kind of get an idea of what that will be once you get your product listed. If you do I will ship this item myself, or merchant fulfilled, or FBM. That means that your product does not have inventory at Amazon. You are managing all the shipping, all the customer service, anything related to that. The orders will come through Amazon. You will be able to use Amazon as a search engine for your product. Your product will be listed on the Amazon store, but you will be in charge of all the shipping and everything that goes into that end to end for the customer to receive your product. Moving on from there, we have more product details like we showed you. This is this section down here that shows any of the product information that we need to input. And this typically is geared more towards the type of product that you have. As you'll see, it shows number of strings, the color of it, the length of guitar, the size of it, everything like that. If you have any variations, you will put those in here. Safety and compliance just asks you questions to make sure that there's any compliance issues that need to be addressed. Here's where you will input the images. We will talk about images here in a little bit, but this is where the images go. And then any shipping information as far as package length, package size, or shipping crate size, things like that, and number of boxes that you will be shipping to the Amazon warehouse. That is just a quick overview of how you get your product actually added to the Amazon catalog. One thing I just want to quickly address is that setting up a product listing on Amazon can be a little bit difficult. Sometimes they're very rigorous about the approval process for getting a product listed on Amazon. This is very good and can be a little bit bothersome sometimes, just if you're not able to give all of the information, or if Amazon is having any issue legitimizing your product. This can happen. It happens all the time. It's happened to me. The good thing is that Amazon is very good about addressing any issues that you may have. Their customer service is great, but it can be frustrating as a business owner. You're just trying to get your product listed on Amazon as quickly as possible, but there's a lot of approval processes that need to go into it. Amazon just wants to be very thorough in approving your brand and making sure that this is a legitimate product that's going on their very legitimate website. So some of the issues that you may run into are Amazon actually wanting proof that you do own this product, that you are the sole provider of this product, that you're not infringing on anything, that you actually own the brand name. Now, there's a good chance that none of these issues even come up when listing your product. However, if these issues do arise, I want you to know where to go in order to get the help that you need. So jumping back into the screen, here we are on the Seller Central main dashboard. If you click over here on help, what you're going to see is a quick recommended for you. What I would suggest is skipping past this and going to need more help. So you click get support, selling on Amazon, come down here and say browse for the issue. Click over here on products listing and inventory, click trouble adding a product. Amazon is going to try its very best to help you with any, frequently asked questions or any help articles that they have on their website already. However, if you want to be able to talk straight to a person, this is the best way to go about it. Skip all these, go down to need more help with this issue, contact us. Once you do that, you can provide a brief description of what the issue is. Say trouble not approving my brand. It's going to give you again some options here. If you want to talk again to somebody, you can go down to the contact method here, put in your phone number here, click this is urgent and requires immediate attention, and click call me now. And once you click call me now, you will within the next 5 seconds receive a phone call from an Amazon associate who is ready to open up this case for you and help you out with anything that you may need. Again, feel free to go through the get support steps and see if Amazon has answered your problem that you are having with any of the articles that they do have or the frequently asked questions. I just wanted to be able to show you how to get to a person directly, because for me, it's so much nicer to be able to talk to an actual associate and explain what's going on, but suit yourself for your own business. Okay, so now we're actually going to talk about what goes into an effective product listing. There are very good product listings, and then there are mediocre product listings, and then there are very bad product listings. These are some key things you're gonna wanna focus on in order to make sure you get the most out of your product listing. The first thing you want to understand is keywords. For our example, let's jump back into the computer and look at our acoustic guitar here. So there are a couple software tools that you can use to be able to figure out what the keywords are that are trending for your product, such as Helium 10, Jungle Scout. I know there's a couple other ones as well. If you're wanting to pay for those, if you've been in your business long enough and you've been around your market long enough, you typically know what these keywords are. Understanding keywords can get very complicated if you want it to be, but for the purpose of this training, it's just important to know that a keyword is essentially what your customer would be typing into the search bar in order to find your product. Now, these can be very broad, as per our example, something as broad as guitar or acoustic guitar, and it can also be narrowed down to something as specific as black Fender Squier Dreadnought acoustic guitar. Okay, that could be a keyword in of itself. You just have to understand what the purpose of those different keywords are. When it comes to things like PPC campaigns, it's going to be a lot more expensive to target something as broad as just guitar and rank for that, as opposed to something that's a little bit on the cheaper end, like the black Fender Squier Dreadnought acoustic guitar. It's a very more niche down keyword, and because of that, it's a lot less expensive typically to be able to target something like that because the target is so much smaller. Looking at this listing specifically, you can see that learn to play, gig bag, tuner, strap, strings, all of these things can be used as keywords that somebody may be looking for. So let's say if I'm a customer for this guitar, I'm new to playing the guitar and I want to be able to kind of get an all-in-one package. I may go in and type into Amazon black acoustic guitar or black beginner acoustic guitar, or let's say I want to make sure it comes with a tuner and some extra strings. I'll type in black acoustic guitar, extra strings, and tuner. There's a lot to understanding keywords, and that's what I personally do as an agency, is understand how to best utilize keywords in creating your listing so that when customers are searching for your product, we're able to capitalize on the real estate of keywords within Amazon to make sure that your product shows up first when people are searching these specific keywords. But again, for the purpose of this training, it's really just important that you know what keywords are, their purpose, and how to use them. So once you've identified the top 3 to 5 keywords for your product, those are going to be what you want to put in your title. As you may be aware, product titles on Amazon are very different than they would be, for example, on your website. For example, on your website, this may just be a Fender Squier Dreadnought acoustic guitar. But on Amazon, you see black learn to play bundle with gig bag, tuner, strap, strings, string winder, picks, Fender Play online lessons, and Austin Bazaar instructional DVD. The reason that the title is that way is because Fender wants this guitar to rank for these keywords that people may be searching for. And Amazon puts a lot of stock in the keywords that are in your title. So once you've identified those 3 to 5 keywords, make sure that those are within your title somewhere. And again, don't be afraid to steal like an artist. Look at your competitors. Look at what their titles say. Don't copy them exactly, word for word, letter for letter, but understand how they're utilizing the keywords that relate to their product and mimic the way that they use them in your own title for your own keywords. When talking about your description, these are where keywords are important as well. Once we've established your top 3 to 5 keywords, you're going to want to look beyond that as to what your next 10, 15 keywords are. Things that may just barely apply to your product, but that are still important for search terms or keywords that do apply to your product. So for example, looking at this one, the product description is the Squier Dreadnought acoustic guitar is a full-size steel string acoustic that offers big sound at a small price. It's strong enough to stand up to the everyday use and abuse the beginning players might throw its way, thanks to the all laminate construction with linden wood top and mahogany back and sides. So you can see what they're doing here is taking keywords and applying them into a sentence form. So whereas up at the title of this product, it doesn't necessarily flow as a sentence. Black learn to play bundle with gig, tuner, strap, strings, string winder, picks, Fender Play online lessons. It doesn't necessarily need to be a sentence. These are more about the keywords fitting into your title. Down here under the description, they're describing the product using these keywords. It's a skill set in of itself to be able to apply specific words into a product description and make it sound like it's just a sentence. So you can see they're using acoustic guitar here. They're using acoustic guitar as a keyword. Full-size steel string may be a keyword they're trying to target. Obviously acoustic again. Strong enough to stand up to the everyday, that beginning players, that could be another keyword that they're trying to use. Thanks to the all laminate construction could be another one, with lindenwood top and mahogany back and sides. Those could be keywords within there. So you can see they're using descriptive keywords about their product within this product description. This helps the back end search terms and just the ranking of your product for these keywords in general. I hope this clears up a little bit about what keywords are, just kind of gives you the basic, groundwork understanding of what they are and what they do. Again, my agency specializes in this. If this is something that you need help with your brand on Amazon, feel free to reach out to me to be able to get in touch with me. If you have any questions about keywords, I'd love to talk with you back and forth and give you a better understanding of how these work. Moving on to product images, which arguably, in my opinion, is the most important aspect of your listing. I think obviously you need to be able to understand keywords and how to rank your product on Amazon, but you could be ranked to the first spot on the first page, and if your listings are garbage, people are not going to click, unfortunately. Amazon is a very image-based shopping platform. Typically, when you're looking through products here, the ones that attract your attention are the ones that look really good, the ones that clearly show, what you're trying to buy. Companies on this page, this is, I'm sure, a very competitive category, so these listings are going to be very fine-tuned. As you can see, there's big name brands in here that spend a lot of time on their Amazon listings. So these are going to be very professional looking. So for example, if we're trying to sell an acoustic guitar, it's a good idea to come in and look at some of these and to see what they do well. Click on some different ones, look at the images that they're supplying. For example, with these guitars, the very first image, or the hero image, is showing exactly what's included in the listing itself. So it looks like you'll get this guitar, you'll get a case, you'll get some picks, you get a strap, some extra strings, a tuner, and an instructional DVD with it. With the secondary listing images, you can see they show you just a better view of the guitar itself, what the back looks like from the side, different angles of it. And then they actually include a video as well to kind of show you a little bit more about the guitar and what it sounds like. What's important to understand about listing images is that you really have about 5 seconds or less to capture your customer's attention and make them want to click on your listing. Because if this is where your listing lives, people are going to see your product next to somebody else's product, next to somebody else's product, and the list goes on. And you may not even be within these first sponsored ads. You may not even be within the first 5 or 10 organic listings. So when people scroll through here and they're looking for, the type of guitar that they typed in, let's say they type in black acoustic steel string guitar. You can see once they go past the sponsored ads, which we'll talk about here in a second, all these options that they have for black steel string acoustic guitars, you want yours to be able to stand out. For example, this person, they're down the page a little bit, but they do a good job of showing what's included in this package. They get all these things that others seem to include as well, but you're kind of interested, like, what's this that they're including right here? It looks like they have a pick holder. That's kind of unique. This has a strap. They do a good job of adding color to this listing by showing the different colored picks that you get. This does a pretty good job of being an attractive listing. What's important to understand about your listing is that the hero image needs to be the specific size for Amazon and be able to have a pure white background. This is so that it stands up to Amazon's terms of service. As far as the listing goes, you'll see all these have pure white backgrounds behind them. That's very important to be able to get your listing images approved. From there, it may not be as applicable with this type of a product, but if you have any way to show like any infographics or anything like this, a sound hole inlay, a dreadnought body, it's just kind of showing different things about this guitar rather than just the images of it. Here is a good example of when you don't need to have a plain white background. If you want to show any stylistic or lifestyle images of the product being used, you can do that back here as well. Again, any type of infographics that you can use. They do a good job of showing custom tuning pegs, comfortable grip, rosewood fingerboard, anything that you can do to show the differentiators that your product has above and beyond your competition. This is the place to do it. I hope this gives you a little better insight as to the product photos, the listing images, what you really need in order to have a successful listing. But just the last thing I'll say about images, if I have any advice, it's do not skimp on the images. Don't just go and take some images with your iPhone and put a transparent or white background behind them and throw them up. Really invest time and effort into getting good professional photos. If you're not a professional photographer yourself, reach out and potentially get a professional photographer to get eyes on these and to take the photos themselves. I think it will be well worth your time and effort and money put into listing images. One more thing I wanted to talk about in order to better optimize your listing or to make it stand out against other listings in your category is if you look through these right here, these are sponsored, but this one right here, you can see has a 20% coupon with it. This is a huge marketing tactic and something that's very useful on Amazon. Any way I think that you can get your listing to stand out is very useful. So this, for example, setting a coupon on your listing is a very good way to attract attention of customers, because if you're close enough with your competitor as far as differentiators or listing images or price or things like that, if you're able to come to market with some type of a coupon or an offer for your customer, that's a very good incentive for them to go with you over your competitor. So if we hop back over to the Seller Central dashboard, I want to show you how to quickly set up a coupon. Go over here into your 3-bar menu, scroll down to advertising. Over here, you'll see coupons. Click on coupons. And then what you're going to want to do is go over and click create a new coupon. Once you'll do that, you'll put in your product ASIN. And then from that point, you'll be taken to a screen that gives you the options of how big of a coupon you want to put on the product, whether you want it to be a percentage or a dollar off amount, and how long you want to run that coupon for. You'll also be given the option to put a cap on it as far as how many people are able to clip that coupon at one time and how much you're willing to be able to spend on that coupon as far as money off that they're getting. Now you've got your listing approved. It's up on Amazon. You've got coupons, your images are up, your description, your title, everything's looking good. The last thing I want to talk about today is PPC advertising or pay-per-click advertising. Jumping back into our computer here, you can see the listings that we're looking at. If we just search up acoustic guitar and we look here, these right here are sponsored listings. You can see because it says sponsored right here. Just below that, we have our first page of organic listings. So these listings are here organically. People aren't paying for this position. They've earned this position through sales volume and velocity, reviews, everything that goes into the algorithm of getting your product to page 1. That's what those people here have earned. If we look right here, we have the sponsored listings. These are the ones that we're talking about. These are the ones people are paying for to be clicked on. So although these are here, these companies aren't actually paying for these ads until they get clicked on, hence the pay per click. So you can see here we have some sponsored display. If we go into one of these organic listings here and scroll down, you can see that there are other products here. These are also PPC ads based on recent views, more PPC ads, and then compare with similar items. And then down here, products related to this item, some more PPC ads. So you can see these are ads on actual competitors' listings that you're able to target as well. So in just understanding what's happening here, this product, for example, the Donner acoustic guitar, they're paying for PPC ads to have their listing show up when somebody searches acoustic guitar. If we go back into a listing like this one, and we scroll down, here they are again, they're paying within their advertising campaign to have their listing show up on a competitor's listing. I want to show you briefly how this is done. Going inside your campaign manager here, this is where you can manage all of your campaigns, any campaigns that you have running for sponsored display under certain keywords, competitor targeting, any type of ads that you have running, that you can be managed here. So just to quickly walk over how these are set up, let's say you want to create a campaign based on certain keywords. You'll go here, create a campaign. You will click on sponsor products. You'll go ahead and select the product that you have here. Now here are the two types of targeting that you can do for your campaigns. You have either an automatic campaign or a manual campaign. Automatic campaigns give Amazon full control of what is happening with this campaign. I always recommend using automatic campaigns, especially in the beginning when your product is first launching. This allows Amazon to fully control the campaign and to use its algorithms to show the product in front of who it thinks is most likely to purchase it. The purpose of having an automatic campaign is to leverage Amazon's insights and analytics to gather data. So you will launch an automatic campaign and then look at the metrics and reports and things like that as far as what is converting and what is not converting. And then you can use that information to put it into manual campaigns. Again, PPC and advertising is a beast in itself. It's what my agency specializes in. We understand these automatic campaigns and these manual campaigns and how to use them to build off of each other to make the most useful and cost-effective advertising campaigns that we can. But again, just understand that an automatic campaign is giving Amazon the control to use their algorithms and information to create the best campaign that you can. These are very easy to set up, but for the purpose of this training, let's talk about these manual campaigns. So with a manual targeting campaign, you can either focus on targeting keywords, which we talked about, or specific competitor products, which we also talked about. When targeting keywords, you will go down here. You can either use the suggested keywords here that Amazon is offering you, or you can enter the list yourself of keywords that you know apply to your product or specific ones that you want to target. For example, if I'm wanting to target acoustic guitar specifically, I could come in here and type acoustic guitar. From that point, we have the option to use broad keywords, phrase keywords, or exact keywords. Broad keywords are anything related to acoustic guitar. Phrase keywords, it just means that those keywords are within the phrase. When we're talking exact keywords, Amazon will only target the exact phrase acoustic guitar. Once that keyword is added, you can select the bids. You can select any negative keywords that you want to add into this campaign, the campaign bid strategy, the campaign name, and the start and end date for this campaign. There's a couple things we skipped over there. Those go a little bit deeper into in-depth knowledge of how PPC campaigns work. But again, if you have any questions on that, feel free to reach out to me and I can explain anything that you may have questions about. But again, for the purpose of this basic training, that's just how you set up a manual keyword campaign. Product targeting is very similar, except that instead of choosing specific keywords, you're selecting specific competitors, ASINs, or listings that you're wanting to target. But for the most part, I would recommend just setting up an automatic campaign and letting Amazon kind of select the keywords and the competitors for you to target to start with. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this training. Again, the purpose of this training is to just give you a basic understanding of how to get your brand approved on Amazon and get your first listing set up. Understanding and mastering Amazon is a beast, but it's something that I'm confident you could learn step by step. Good luck with everything Amazon related. Keep it rolling.